Warning, warning. We interrupt your television broadcast to bring you important information. The regular program schedule will resume after this message. Following the spate of home invasions this past week, authorities have identified a common thread linking the incidents to the Lollapalooza Music Festival, which took place this past Saturday in Grant Park, Chicago. Though still unconfirmed, speculation suggests these crimes are the result of widespread use of an as of yet unidentified psychedelic substance. The suspects in these cases are currently held in custody at Chicago Behavioral Hospital Mental Hospital. Common symptoms exhibited by the suspects include, but are not limited to, confusion, visible disorientation, distress, amnesia. Festival security cameras captured footage of almost all suspects coming into contact with what appears to be the same individual or a uniformed group carrying a container. The footage shows their behavior changing almost immediately after coming into contact with the individual. Should you see anyone who resembles the person on your screen, you are advised to keep your distance and call law enforcement immediately. If you have come in contact with anyone exhibiting concerning behavior or have information regarding these incidents, you are invited to call the number on your screen. The regular program schedule will now resume. Warning, good evening. We once again interrupt your scheduled broadcasts to bring you an important update. Investigative authorities have released new information regarding the aftermath of the Lollapalooza Music Festival. What was initially believed to be drug-induced amnesia has been identified as some other form of memory alteration in line with the consumption of psychedelic drugs. Please call the number on your screen if someone you know is exhibiting one or more of the following symptoms: memories of events that didn't happen, incorrect memories of events that did happen, sudden insistence that they have a different name, birthday, family, home, an impulsive need to find, touch, own a specific object. Law enforcement agencies across Illinois have joined together in a specialized task force in order to control the rising number of people displaying similar symptoms. The number of victims continues to increase beyond the attendees of the Lollapalooza Music Festival. Experts are still investigating the cause of this spread. The suspect originally identified at the Lollapalooza Music Festival remains at large. Sightings have placed him or others dressed similarly in multiple locations across the state. Anyone who comes in contact with him or the contents of his container immediately begin showing symptoms of memory alteration. Once again, you are advised to keep your distance and report any suspicious individuals or containers. The regular program schedule will now resume.
This is a department-wide announcement regarding new security protocols for personnel with security clearance Class C and above. If this does not apply to you, please disregard this message. In light of the increasing number of total memory replacement (TMR) victims in the Chicago metropolitan area, all eligible personnel must submit answers to the following survey. The answers submitted will be used as a control against TMR within the department. Significant deviation from these answers will be met with immediate relocation and mental aptitude screening. Answers will be monitored and screened by dedicated memory maintenance officers. Please answer the following questions in as much detail as possible. What is your name? When and where were you born? Where did you go to school? Include all institutions from preschool to postgraduate education, where applicable. How did you meet your best friend? What was the weather like on the day you received this survey? Describe your childhood home. Choose a family member. Describe them from memory. Attach photo for proctor reference. What are your hobbies? Why do you enjoy them? Have you come in contact with any interesting objects lately? Describe them. Biometric data will be collected from all personnel regardless of security clearance. Weekly reports of activity will be mandatory starting next Monday. Failure to submit a report will result in immediate AWOL status. Surveys must be submitted by Friday on pain of internal investigation. To answer these questions, log into your employee account and follow the directions at the top of the page. Distribution of the contents of this announcement is strictly prohibited.
Warning, warning. This broadcast contains vital information regarding an ongoing national crisis. For your safety, you were asked to watch until the end. The violence which overtook downtown Chicago yesterday has been contained at the estimated cost of 257 lives, though more casualties are expected to occur in the following days. The President has declared a state of emergency and taken direct command of the United States Armed Forces. Information approved for the public is as follows. The incident was caused by victims of the psychedelic epidemic among government personnel. They were incited by the fugitive wanted in connection with the first outbreak at the Lollapalooza Music Festival last summer. Video surveillance released to the public shows him opening a container before the riot began. Experts believe it may contain an airborne narcotic which triggered the crowd. As such, this incident, and all others like it, is now considered an act of terrorism against the United States. The violence was largely contained to the victims themselves. Unaffected individuals were only injured when interfering with the afflicted. Because of this, the President has ordered for the mass incarceration of anyone with confirmed symptoms of the musical festival drug, MFD. Investigations into its spread and effects are now the jurisdiction of the Federal Investigation Bureau. Citizens of the United States are hereby obligated to report any sightings of individuals carrying suspicious containers and anyone exhibiting symptoms of MFD. Refusal to turn over symptomatic individuals will be treated as harboring a fugitive and prosecuted as such. Withholding information critical to the investigation of the MFD terrorist attack on the Capitol will be treated as aiding and abetting a fugitive and prosecuted as such. Your cooperation is vital to the recovery of the Union. Thank you.
If you are receiving this broadcast, then you have successfully passed the final round of testing. Congratulations. Your memories are your own. If you are receiving this broadcast, then you have successfully passed the final round of testing. You have been granted S-Class security clearance for the next 24 hours. Should you fail the test tomorrow, it will be revoked. The fugitive known as the MFD man has been apprehended. The container in his possession has been relocated. The following protocols have been put in place for your safety and will remain in place until such a time as the container can be safely removed from human reach. You are not to approach the room housing the container. Should you find yourself within 10 meters of the container, you are to immediately back away. Should you find yourself compelled to act against your orders, you are to immediately request reassignment. Training will be provided to strengthen your willpower. Attendance is mandatory. Should you notice someone else who appears to be under a compulsion, you are not to come between them and the container. You must notify armed personnel and remove yourself from the area. Remember, receiving this broadcast is positive assurance that your memories are still your own. Following protocol is the only way to keep them that way. Distribution of the contents of this announcement is strictly prohibited.